What the fuck is going on, everybody? We have made it. Thanks, Satan. It's Friday, and we could not be happier because it is officially the fucking weekend. And I see all you motherfuckers coming in right now. You know I love you. Don't be shy in the comment section tonight. We have Meowstress with us here from Metal Vamps magazine, pinup icon, and horror host and actress. So now, don't be afraid to ask questions, but you know what's going to happen. If it's not nice, we ain't going to ask that question. All right? So this is the time to share this out. Share it anywhere and everywhere that you feel you need to, because this is going to be a fun fucking night. It is edition 2 of Reaper's Holiday Blasphemy. But before we kick all this shit off real quick, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers at Villain Arts Tattoos. Check that shit out. That's right. Villain Arts Tattoo Convention's the biggest in the country. You know what to do when they come to your city. Get your ass down there. Get a fantastic tattoo or piercing or whatever the fuck, because let's face it, they got literally everything all in one place for you and all of the performers. And looking at my calendar, it looks like I'm going to be showing back up this year in 2024. All right. So, good evening, Paul Kyler. Paul says, if I can get my computer to do its thing, good evening, Reaper and Meowstress. Yes.
Hey.
Long-time viewers. Hopefully, you guys got your drinks, your devil's lettuce, whatever the fuck it is you're going to do, and let's have some fun. Meowstress, how the hell are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm just chilling on a Friday in my new crypt, so I'm feeling quite lovely and debaucherous tonight. How about you?
Oh, after a long day of work, I just could not get home fast enough for a nice tall glass of one of these bad boys right here.
What are you drinking on?
What's Canadian's finest black velvet. It's cheap, it's easy, it's smooth, and tastes good, and it's been around a hell of a lot longer than I have, so I'll take that.
Hey, take a lug. I used to be a big Jameson girl. I love my whiskey, but
I love my whiskey too. I'm more on the bourbon side of things, but damn, that shit was like fucking gasoline to me. I just could not get down with it. I don't know. I know everybody digs it, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Jack used to be my favorite. It's like if I go through a grieving process, I used to just get that Jack and rock and roll, and now I'm just like, oh my God, 3 days? I can't recover 3 days.
Yeah, that's why I don't drink to get drunk. I just drink to relax, unwind. I don't do much. I don't get drunk anymore, and it's
Yeah.
fabulous.
It's actually nice, right? I can get up and go for a run and not feel so sluggish every morning and be like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah. Tyler says he's got the wine tonight, and Paul's got a little picture of lettuce for us. Oh, and a mushroom. All right.
Yeah,
So I guess we're all ready to jump into this amazing thing. So, what a career you've had thus far. We talked a little bit, before the show about just breaking into the business, period. It's definitely one of those industries that isn't the easiest, at least I've found. But, in a lot of ways, one leads to the next, leads to the next. Let's face it, metal and horror have always been hand in hand since, I'd say since the 80s, really. The good old satanic panic. So what came first for you?
What came first for me? Oh shit. I don't, it's always been in my life. I've always been surrounded by it since I was a little girl, I mean, I don't know, Depeche Mode. My sister was big, yeah, my sister was a big punk metal chick, and like my mom was like old school rock and roll, she loved horror movies. My mom was a really cool chick. She's a nurse too, but and the whole pinup stuff. My grandpa was in the Navy, and my grandmother, my great aunt, like they just look like pinup girls. And I've always been in the car scene, so I don't know. I guess you just are kind of born into it. And like growing up in LA, I was always around like actors and all kinds of people. So I don't know. I just kind of like stumbled into it one day. I was bartending at a metal bar in Deep Ellum, Texas, and I was doing my pinup modeling, and I don't know, just one day I ran into my friend, and he was like, "Hey, you want to do a show called Mobland?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm kind of gangster. I think I'll go ahead and do that." And just kind of went from there, and it was based off of my pinup, and I don't know, man. I'm just so blessed. I really am fucking lucky. Like it just all manifested, throughout time. I never even knew what I was doing. I was in the medical field. I was bartending, stripped sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was just like boom, here I am. I'm in the movies. I'm doing movies. I'm doing casting. I did Cheaters TV show.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Is that
was
like
fun.
one of those reality shows?
Yeah, it was. Sorry, my allergies are like really effed up. It's so warm here in New Orleans,
Oh,
so
I believe it.
and it's so muggy. And anyways, and I had kind of a late night last night too. So, but yeah, what the hell was I saying?
You were saying how the cheater show,
Oh shit!
whether or
Yeah.
not that was a like a reality type thing or something.
Oh God. I think it's both. I got to produce my own show. My friend hooked me up. And like it's like once I got into the filming and into the TV shows, into the movies, into the indie scene, it's like everybody wanted me to do stuff with them. So he was like, "Hey, do you want to do a show?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Can I base it off of this pro skater that I dated for 3 years that cheated on me? And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm in the skate scene, so out in Dallas. What up, Crown? Um, Leo, Embassy Skateboards. Those are my babies. But no, like I was like, cool. I was like, this dude fucking cheated on me, and like started banging some bartend. Like what? I was like, let me do this. So I hired my friend who's like this bald headed guy that he didn't look like him, but the dude I dated had a bald head.
I was gonna say it
So
wasn't
I
me.
got a bald headed dude. And then I got one of my homegirls who's a skater chick out in the Deep Ellum area. And so I got them on the show. And I caught them at some fucking bar. And I got to work
And
with
you got it
Clark.
on film.
This on film. And my host was
Imagine
Clark
his surprise.
Gable. Clark Gable the third. So Clark Gable's grandson was the host.
Oh
And he
wow.
thought it was, yeah, oh my God, he's so dreamy. He died.
Oh
But
geez.
yeah, I don't remember what, but yeah, Dallas, Texas, to get your soul sometimes. So, but yeah, I mean, he thought I was a really great actress, but we were just throwing shit, beer, fucking mugs of beer. Like, I mean, it was a fucking shit show. You fucking cheater. I mean, I ripped his shirt open. Like,
Oh my.
she was coming at me. Yeah, she's like 6 foot tall. I'm 5'1". And she's all coming at me and grabbing my hair. I'm like, I'm going to kick your ass. So much fun. Thanks, Daniel Gomez.
We'll have to
But
figure out
everybody's,
where to find that because I'm
oh
sure
my
all my
God.
viewers at the moment would love to see that.
Oh my God, it was great. Little old me, like, it was pretty cool. I got my chola in though, I'm from the streets of LA, so that kind of came out. And I got to like let my rage out for what the guy did to me. Hey, Chris. So
uh,
we're all still cool and stuff. He's married now, but I think I was like 29 or something. I was a
mm,
baby. But yeah, it was a great time. I was in the skate scene out in Dallas, Texas. Mike Crum, Four Down Skate Park. I did like a really cool fucking iconic shoot there where I was tied up in bondage, hanging
oh,
from
like
the
Shibari.
ceiling. Yeah, the shibari hanging from the ceiling with a skateboard attached to me, like I'm fucking just thrashing on the vert. Yeah, it's fucking cool. You have Dirk Nowinski poster in the fucking back. Good
Nice.
times.
Tyler
That's a
says
while.
you remind him of a mix of Elvira and Jennifer Tilly.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. I love Jennifer Tilly and I love Elvira too. The book that I was, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, this is just me. I base Meowstress just off of me because, people are like, well, who are you? And I'm like, me, Meowstress. You
Right.
know, it's
It's
easier to
like
play
everyone.
yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I get it all the time. People are like, oh, you remind me of Captain Spaulding. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I'll definitely take that, Sid Haig compliment.
Right?
But at the end of the day, this is kind of like my own mix of kind of a multitude of influences from, to him, to King Diamond,
Yeah.
uh, you know, definitely not Gene Simmons, but because he hasn't tried to sue me yet because, my makeup doesn't look like his.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people aren't going to like me very much after this, but I'm just not a big Kiss fan.
Well, it's hard dealing in a den full of sharks. That's one thing I think is so true about the entertainment industry. Um, somebody can't or doesn't come up with an original idea. They like to steal it from other folks, and that's like the coattail riding stuff. And we had talked a little bit about that
Mhm.
previously, but what are some of your influences?
My influences, I love Vampira. She, I
Classic.
have an altar. Yeah, I have an altar for her in my living room. Like as soon as you walk in, like I love Marie. I
Nice.
love her. I mean, she created who I am, or who's inspired me. She's made such an impact on even Elvira. I mean, you know that story, but
Sure.
um, and
Kind of feel
she's
like there's a little Betty Page in there too, though.
yeah, I love me some Betty. Yeah, Betty Page most definitely. So like Vampira, like I just remember watching her growing up and the black and white. I love black and white noir and just how she created, women like, us, like Elvira, like, even Betty Page, I'm sure was inspired by her, because they were all in the
She broke
same.
down a lot of walls.
Yeah, she did. And again, people rip each other off. That's why I try to stay in my own realm, like I went green with my hair for a while and I was like, no, that's evil gore. She's another A-list we'll talk about. But um, Betty Page, of course, I remember coming out of a very rough relationship. It wasn't a violent one, but it was a very long term one. And you know, he cheated on me too. These motherfuckers, they cheat. I don't know why, but I mean, hello. And I'm like, really? Do I scare you that much? Like, does that really, you know? So, anyways, this dude cheated on me, and I'm like, I'm tired of not feeling beautiful. I'm tired of allowing other, you know, people to make me not feel beautiful just because, you know, they're insecure or they don't know how to take someone like me on, you know? And I don't know. I went to the W Hotel in Dallas. I used to be this little socialite chick back in the day, and
I
and it
think
was
we all were when
Halloween,
we were younger.
and it was Halloween, and my friend Eric Bradford, he bartends and runs trees in Dallas, Texas. He was working at the W Hotel at the time, and he was like, "You should just do it." I was like, what? And he's like, just dress up. You look like her. And I'm like, who? And he's like, Betty Page. And I'm like, what do you know about Betty Page? Because I have like her comic books and all that stuff. And he's like, dude, you like, you know, you look BDSM, you look fetish. People thought I was just, I don't even want to say the SG girls. And I'm like, no, thank you. I don't need a man running my business. But, and I was like, fuck it. You know what? You're right. And he's like, we have this Halloween show coming up and you should just come and like, you know, your lingerie. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, he used to be a
Right.
stripper, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, just show up in like Betty Page. I'll be Betty Page for Halloween. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And so I did. And I was like, oh my God, this is who I am. And I flaunted all night. I was like, you know, in my fucking stiletto boots and my pantyhose and my corset and just roaming around in my panties with the see-through robe, you know, at the W Hotel in Dallas, Texas. Like, look at me. I'm fucking hot. I was too. I was like, yeah, it was fun. And after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do shoots like this. And I just started celebrating myself. So, and then that's just kind of kicked off my pinup career. I didn't really fit in with a lot of the girls, though. A lot of the girls, they didn't really like me because, you know, I'm not from Dallas. So, and I'm just kind of like
Mm.
new to the scene. And so, you know, I had to like go through that. But that's kind of what made me start my own shit because I was like, fine, I don't want to sit with you either. I don't want to play with you, you know. And that's kind of when I started learning about, you know, like who you work with. You know, short term, long term, it is very, very important to be very selective. I prefer quality over quantity, and if people are going to treat me like an option, then they can fucking get the fuck.
Well, I
So,
mean, it's a doggy dog world, you know, as far as modeling goes. So, you know, I mean, for me as like a plus size horror model, I never thought anybody would want to, you know, see this.
yeah,
You know what I
you do
mean?
like a photo shoot calendar, you know?
What's that now?
I said you could like do a little photo shoot calendar for all the girls. Be like, yeah.
Right. All of three people would probably buy that. Uh,
Hey, there's a kink
that's
and a
just me,
fetish for
though.
everything. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, I've heard that, but you know, it depends. You know, it's a comfortability thing. It's what you know, whatever feels natural, uh, you know, to the individual. Then you know, I ain't knocking it by any means, but who knows what the future holds. I'm
Yeah.
kind of hoping to do some more shoots this year. This year I didn't do any. Been way too fucking busy.
Same, same. You know, speaking of that, same. My heart's been fucking broken because I was a dumbass and I, you know, rekindled a relationship. You know, they say never go backwards, but he's a good friend of mine for years, and I ended up moving in with him, and he became abusive, ugly, horrible
Yikes!
person. And it, you know, such a legendary musician, man, too. Like it was so sad. I have a few of those good stories too. I hope you boys are scared. But yeah, so when
Trust
I like
me, the metal world
yeah,
is
I had
interesting.
oh god, yeah. I had a lot of people hating on me. They're like, how could you do that to him? And I'm like, how could he do that to me? I have the red nail in my bathroom in a little jar.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, he was cheating too. Popped out a little fucking red nail, pops out of his, you know, tour bag. And I'm like, dude, you've only been gone a week. Like, it's taken you 7 years to get me to move in with you. That's your red nail. And I'm like, don't gaslight me. And like, I don't wear red nails. I'm like, I don't wear red nails, dude. And if I did, they wouldn't be this red. So yeah, so that it took me a couple of months to get out of there. But when I finally did, I, you know, came back home here in New Orleans. Um, I went through my stuff to get on my USB drives of all my pinup work. Motherfucker took them, stole them in his house. They were in his house. So,
That's
I'm
crazy.
all of my USB drives, all of my pinup work, stuff that nobody has seen, like in my 20s, and like things I'm leaving for my daughter because I have a daughter. And I'm like, this is my legacy. This is my legacy, my livelihood. Like, how am I supposed to get all of this back? So, anyways, one of my friends, oh shit, how long was my boob hanging out? I hope you guys got that on camera. That's what I get for talking shit.
Yeah, I sent you a message, but
Yeah, well, I think I had a nip slip. Can anybody tell me if they saw that? If not, well, you guys better watch closely and pause it, and you can screenshot it. But anyhow, so yeah, so he's doing this show, and I posted on the fucking Facebook, hey, whoever's at the show, make sure I get my USB drives back. So my girlfriend, she was like, Kitten, you can't say that, like, we have to play shows with them. And I'm like, he's a legend. He's going to see it. He knows what's up. And it's my fault that he's not coming to New Orleans and why everybody has to go to Baton Rouge. I'm sorry. So she's like, yeah. So I guess somebody told him about the comment that you made. I'm like, well, can you get my USB drives, please? Because, you can cheat, you can lie, you can be abusive, you can be a piece of shit, but don't be a fucking thief.
yeah, this industry is definitely special and hard to trust. Not even just relationships that you make, but even down to the people that you work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And that sucks, because it's grief too. I've been grieving a loss of a friend of years, 15 years,
mhm.
and being like
But you learn,
well,
you learn what's best for you, and careful of the company that you keep. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, it's been a while since I've dated a rock star. I took kind of a break. I'd had enough for a little.
Probably a good idea. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
how?
I mean, I love my guys. I love my guy friends. Like, I'm such a guy girl, and I think that's intimidating on a lot of women's part too, and maybe that's why I'm kind of a loner. And I have like my best friend since I was 11 years old. After we got done with this, her and I are going to meet up, so it's cool. I have my real friends and family, but like I met a lot of fucking cool metal chicks here, like a lot of the girls that are musicians down here are fucking epic. Like, it's just that down here in New Orleans, it's just a whole different world. Like, it's a family and it's a community where, when I went home to LA, I was hanging out with my guy friends, and everybody's like, oh, you're hooking up, you're banging that dude. I'm like, women can be friends with guys, men can be friends with chicks. You got to set the boundaries, and just, I'm a really pretty good cock blocker. I cock block myself all the time. So, and I set my boundaries. But, I mean, I'm not going to put myself in a situation anymore where I'm going to, have a crush on somebody and then they have a crush on me. Because now I'm aware, I'm this pinup chick, I'm this horror actress. Like, I'm not a normal person anymore. And that's how I built my life and my world. So I have to be careful in how I, bring myself out. I have to be careful how, I communicate with people. I was at a show at Santos Bar and Grill. It's one of my bar and grill. Santos Bar. It's a metal bar here. And Coffin Cats were playing. The Bills were playing, and one of the bartenders.
Love that band.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever seen them. I was like, what? With a fucking big ass cello and just, I was like, wow, this is so sick. But I had to get out of there. I get, when it gets to be too much and like people start grabbing on me, I freak out. I go into free state. So
I don't think anybody should have to deal with that, at a show.
It happens. People, they want to.
Well,
yeah.
Adolescence pops out, in the realm of drinking and whatever.
Yeah, a little excitement,
So, yeah, and it almost always is.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
I know. I sometimes get a little too much fun because I don't get out a whole lot. So what I do is like a family reunion when everyone's together. So what I did, I was like, I had to like get out, and I'm like, okay, you know, maybe I'm too much or flirting too much. I don't fucking know, but I'm just a really nice person, you know, until you cross me, and then I'm not very nice anymore. But it was fun. I love the Coffin Cats too, man. They were fucking jamming. Like,
Awesome.
yeah.
So, speaking
Sorry,
of,
I went.
yeah, right. Speaking of acting, you just had a film come out not too long ago. Killer.
Uh,
Oh wait, what was it? Killer Waves or?
Cash. Sorry, my cat
Yeah,
is
I think it
awake.
was Killer Waves. Killer Waves 2 just
Cash.
got released by
Cash.
Jason Balsamo. So,
Hello. I love him. Acid
what was
Bath
that like?
Production. Acid Bath Production. Hi, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my little.
So, what was that like?
Look at this guy. See him? This
I'm
is
sure
this
my
is
cat's
John.
probably hanging out behind me. You just can't see her.
Oh, you're a cat man, do?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah, this is Johnny Cash. He's 17. He's got
Oh
kidney
wow.
disease. Yeah.
Whew,
He's got
been around a
kidney
long time.
disease. Yeah, I lost his sister to cancer last year. The year
Oh,
before
so
last. So
sorry
it's
to hear
been,
that. Animals
yeah,
are
I don't
definitely
have
part of the family.
yeah, she's my best friend. She's my, high priestess, my healer.
That's
He's
all
gonna be
right.
fine.
So,
He's very
what was it
blind.
like working with Jason
With James?
or James? I'm sorry. Why do I keep
Oh
saying Jason?
man,
I know
I
so
at the
many
time
directors.
yeah, you're right. I know. I'm like, which one? So I ended up going. I moved back home to Santa Monica during the pandemic, and
Hmm.
he's so sweet. James is amazing. I was really depressed. I had a cash. I had a psychotic roommate that loved to drink red wine and pop Xanax, and she
Yikes!
would have these. Yeah, she would have these blackouts, and I'm like, and just invite random guys over, and I'm like, I can't. This is the pandemic. I came here to make shit happen, like not have all this
And
chaos.
that's pretty difficult to do during that period of time.
I mean, I've been in
Being
solitude.
shut in and all.
I've been in solitude since 2018. I'll get to that, but yeah, I lost half my equilibrium and I went deaf to domestic violence. So I
Mm-mm.
was already in solitude because I couldn't really walk, I couldn't talk. But I moved in with this chick, and she was just crazy. Like, she's yeah. Anyhow, and so I met James Balsamo through my ex business partner with the magazine Cash. He's
No worries.
not getting attention. So anyway, so yeah, my ex business partner, he was like, "Hey, I have a buddy out in LA, and he's a big fan of Sammy Pardo of Goat Horror, and that's my buddy, and he was also an acid bath." And he's like, his production company is called Acid Bath Productions. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm down. He's a fan of Sammy. I'm fucking down. So I hit him up, and I was like, hey, I'm here in California. And he's like, all right, let's fuck shit up. And I'm like, yay. So
Sounds like
yeah,
something James would say.
I didn't realize it was gonna be my first topless movie exposure.
Oh,
Yeah, so that was fun. I'm used to being behind a camera and shooting my pinup stuff. I'm not used to being on film with
right.
random dudes with my titties out unless I'm on a stage getting money, in a dark place. Not during the daylight on the beach in Malibu, which is cool.
Seems
But
to be a current trend in the industry right now with all of the like the USA Up All Night films, that would come on at like midnight. It seems like in the indie industry, that's kind of the current trend. I would really like to see myself, a little bit more of like a psychological horror
no,
or
no.
slashers, that type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it because there was the whole cash. Come here. Come here. You have food. You have food. Can I drink
They
it?
want what they want when they want it.
Gosh, I don't know what your treats are. Anybody want to send me some treats for him? He's obsessed with greenies. I don't know. Hold on a second. Okay, here. So anyway, so he's like, hey, I have this holy diver guy, and
Mm.
he's like the murderer, And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. And he's like, do you want to get slashed on the beach? And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, that was my intro to meeting him, and his wife was really awesome too, or
Right on.
girlfriend. I can't remember. I think it's his wife. But come on, Cash. But it was such a good time, and Marky Ramone is in it.
Yeah, I saw that in
Yeah,
the cast liner notes. I was like, holy crap.
and Neil too. So I'm getting some VHS cassettes made of it to sell at the conventions when I go back to the conventions.
Nice.
So yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen any of the movies at all, which is weird. But I
I've
did.
only
But I
made
did
one
get.
so far, and luckily the film company actually on Halloween Day did a free showing on YouTube, which was pretty cool.
Of
I was
what?
thinking it would be kind of like the same thing. It was with Acrostar Films,
Oh, nice.
and they're kind of based out of Illinois. And just to let y'all demons out there know that I will have copies of this on DVD for sale
Oh, I want
very,
one.
very soon. So stay tuned.
I want one signed.
I'll see if I can cook that up for you.
Hell yeah,
But
Sabina Kelly. Do you know Sabina Kelly? She's also like somebody who's inspired me throughout the pinup industry. But she's like this beautiful blonde, like bombshell. She was on like a couple of Ink shows, Best Ink. She was like the host.
I might know. I don't watch
Anyways,
a lot of TV.
I'm a me neither. I just bought my first two TVs. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with TVs? Like, I don't even watch it. But it's nice because I listen to my Reiki music, my
Right.
frequency music. But yeah, I fucking bought one of her Playboys and had her sign it. So I'm starting to do my collector's editions of all of the people, that I love and inspire. So yeah, I need a DVD.
Absolutely. Paul
Yeah.
says Acrostar rocks. Yes, they do. Definitely
No.
check them out. They have so many films that they're working on right now. It's ridiculous. But and then you were in a film that got actually picked up by Trauma.
Yeah.
Speaking of meat,
Yeah. All the
now you
meat.
had an actual character in this one, right?
Yeah, I was a cannibal. We didn't have any names. We just, we just ate
Cannibal
people.
1, Cannibal 2, Cannibal 3,
Yeah, pretty much. It was like a
Cannibal
group of us
Corpse.
girls. That was fucking fun. Oh God, it was freezing in December. And oh God, Chaz Buchanan. What an amazing filmmaker. He really was. Like, it was just so much fun. A lot of the stuff that we did, it was just so random. And the reason why Uncle Lloyd Kaufman picked it up is because I pissed on a zombie. I had pet zombies. I was a dominatrix cannibal in mine. So I
This
had like
must be
these
why
pet
Trauma
zombies.
picked it up.
Yeah, well, because Uncle Floyd, he has this pissing fetish. So, and I didn't,
Okay.
yeah, and I didn't know it, but I guess Chaz knew it, who was the director, and he was like, "Hey, do you
This will
want to
be
piss
fun.
on your pet zombie?" And I'm like, "Fuck it." I was like, for real though?" And he's like, "Well, I mean," and then my friend who was my zombie, uh, he was like, "Yeah, just pee on me," and I'm like, "I'm gonna charge for that. Like, are y'all paying me extra?"
Uh,
And they were
yeah,
like,
that kind of
"Really?"
like bridges the gap of practical effects.
I
Um,
mean,
just use a fucking squeeze bottle. What the hell?
you want to know? You want to know what I used?
Oh boy. Was it
Yeah,
lemonade?
we got a rubber. I got a condom, and I filled it up with lemonade.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, and we had him tied down on like this fucking, yeah, it was great. And it was in a haunted house. I can't remember what the name of the haunted house is.
Like an
But
attraction or
yeah, it was a real haunted house, like a
oh,
like a
okay.
run through, like a run through. It was out in Sherman, Texas. I can't even think about it. I don't even know. But
Texas is like
yeah.
really, really big for that. I know
So
Housecore
Housecore
Yeah.
has
has
their
their
thing.
thing.
Yeah, they just came out this year again.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
cool.
Yeah, I didn't get to go. Can you see me? I think I'm stuck.
Not at the
Not
moment.
at the moment.
Oh, sorry, guys. What's going on?
That's all right.
That's all right.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break while we get this sorted out.
The cast just gave up too.
And we're gonna check out the trailer for Attack of the Corn Zombies.
Uh-oh.
This goes out to all the groovy people at the Nest Corn Festival who are just chilling out and enjoying some of the best corn in the Midwest. DJ Smoke and Dan will be heading your way right after the show.
You kids didn't go to the festival, so you missed out on Bob's special ingredient that he added to the corn this year.
What are you staring at, you freak? Why do you even come to these parties if you're gonna act like a bitch?
Who else is to blame, Mom? I've seen the way you treat Dad. If I was him, I'd be gone just as much.
Don't you talk to me that way!
Bob was hoping that new fertilizer would help us get the corn on the market faster. We went over to see if we could help him, and he lunged at me. He started biting me.
So it seems like people are coming back from the dead, murdering others, and also going missing, apparently. So that's cool.
Yeah, do the dead people look like that?
It's the festival. Almost everyone in town went, and they're all infected, and the ones who didn't go are about to be.
You almost got us killed back there.
All right, looks like we're still having a
Can you
little bit
hear
of
me?
trouble there with the screen on the other
Can
end.
you hear me at all?
I can hear you, but your video got knocked out. So the best thing to do is to exit and come back in.
No?
Yeah, just got to exit and then hit the link again to come back in. It's the easiest way to fix it. There we go. So while she's trying to come back in, we are going to take a look at the trailer for Killer Waves 2 that she had just come out not too long ago, actually. We'll see if it's on here real quick. Here we go. Let's check that out. Just gotta get the present screen up. We're gonna share it. And there we go. And check that out. Wow!
Put down that paintbrush. I said, put down that paintbrush, bitch. Wake up and don't forget your swimsuit. Ready or not, you're getting dragged to the beach. Let's play some games. It'll be a real scream. Get out of the man cave. There's a lot of killing to do and killer waves too.
so long.
All right. So as we can see there, it is definitely a wild ride. That is for sure. And where can people find this film? I know you said you were
Damn,
having
I
some.
can't hear.
Okay. Not sure what's going on there. Might have to go back out and then come back in again. That's usually what fixes that problem. How about now?
I can't hear.
Gonna have to
I don't even
exit.
know. It's like,
Exit and then come back.
do you want me to try again?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
All right. Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that, Paul. A lot of James Balsamo films star a lot of retired wrestlers. Some wrestlers that are still wrestling, but he seems to pick up a lot of those guys. He has a film coming out called Karate Cops Part 2, I believe it is. And it's got like John Christ, originally from the Danzig band, in it. And it also has a bunch of different metal guys in it. So go to Acid Bath Productions, jamesbalsamo.com, and you can check out his whole insane. I mean, if you basically like,
you hear me?
good. I do. Yep.
You can hear me?
Absolutely. Yep. We can hear you. Not sure what the issue is. But yeah, definitely check them out. See what they got.
That is so lame. I think I got canceled.
No, not on my end. This typically happens sometimes with cell phones. That's just kind of the way it rolls. Just try it again. I would just try it again. Sometimes this happens if you turn the sound off on the phone, just for, everybody out there in Black Flame Land. If you do that, if you're on a phone, then that's what happens. So let me double check here. No problem. Back out and come back in. All right. So while we're still trying to fix the current audio issue on her end, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at Poison Valley Clothing. Check it out. Allahu Akbar. That's right. Poison Valley Clothing on Facebook. Definitely some of the best custom-made horror designs, t-shirts, hoodies, some from your favorite bands, and also some that are some diamonds in the rough. Can you hear us? Make sure you didn't turn your sound off. or plug in to a power source. Okay. We're going to try to fix this yet again. No worries at all. Give us just a second here as we figure this out, because I'm running out of commercials. God damn it. We're working on it. So while we're waiting, I think I got one more for us. Yep. We're going to check out the awesome talent at Reaper's Underground Productions, Underground Management. Check out all these great bands. All right. I think we got everything figured out. Yay!
I still can't fucking hear.
Gotta love technical difficulties. Phones are tricky, people. That's really all I can say. Phones are tricky. So we saw the trailer there, and I told all of the wonderful folks out there in Black Flame Land where to go to get
This is so lame.
These crazy films. But you're back though. Can you hear me still?
Voiceover.
Oh shoot, that's okay. Not a big deal. Can you still hear us out there, Meowstress? I will double check again just to make sure. If not, we will have to reschedule the last 10 minutes for another time. All right. I'm going to check with her real quick to see if she can hear us. Can you hear us?
I still can't hear.
Oh, you had
I don't know
it
what
for a minute.
happened.
You had it for a minute. All right. So I guess what we'll have to do, unfortunately, is we'll have to reschedule, and that's not a problem here on Reaper's Underground. And we've just been having a blast hanging out with Meowstress of Metal Vamps Magazine. Also looking forward to any of the upcoming projects that she has, and definitely check her out. You can see there at the bottom, facebook.com at Meowstress Gorlesque. And yeah, I'm not sure if she has them. Let me see real quick. But yeah, definitely thank you all for tuning in tonight on this wonderful Friday night. And like I said, you know where to find her at on Instagram at Meowstress Official. You can follow her and what she's doing. We might try earbuds real quick. Let's see what happens. But you know, it happens. It happens. So Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Now, don't forget tomorrow night, the return of the goddamn program at 8 p.m. CST. Me and my co-pilot at Human the Hoof Beast will definitely be here as we go through this week's goddamn list. And hold on one second there. Oops. Close. Here we go. All right. So as you're getting ready to start your weekend, check this out. And make sure you share it out there. It was going really well up until the technical difficulties. But it happens. So definitely tune in tomorrow night for the goddamn program. Thank you all so much. But the most important thing you must do is stay heavy.